Let's talk about some complications that come up that some books really emphasize. If you're trying to compute the area between curves that cross, then which curve is the upper curve and which curve is the lower curve change halfway or whatever through the integral. So you'd need to say I'm doing boxes here with, like, if this is f and this is g, in this range you'd do f of x minus g of x for the height. But then over here, g is larger, so you do the height is g of x minus f of x. So you'd have to break your integral into two, one integrating from here to that intersection, and then from that intersection onward. To me, that's not all that interesting, so I don't think I'm assigning any homework problems like that. There are curves where the behavior of the curve changes in a way that makes a difference to you deciding which curve is larger. So here, you'd be drawing boxes that way between the curve up here and the straight line. But once you get over here, or if you start over here, the curve itself is both the upper and the lower function. So you'd have to start integrating here. That's not even a function, right? It doesn't pass the vertical line test. So you'd have to express it as an upper part of the function of the curve and a lower part of the curve, or you could re-express the whole thing with boxes going that way, and then you wouldn't have to start and stop the integral. You could just do it all at once. So that's another thing some books get into. Also, triangles are kind of an example of that, where if you were doing boxes here, one side is the upper and the other side is the lower, and then once you get over here, a different straight line formula takes hold. If you really need to calculate the area of a triangle knowing just the 3 points, I would not use calculus for it. There's something called Heron's formula, also called Hero's formula, that says if you just figure out the lengths of each side, you can compute the area of the triangle from that. So those are some complications that lots of books spend lots of time on that hopefully we will not spend very much time on.